Number 15. Plane drama. Imagine glancing out your plane window, only to see this. TikToker Diana shares this nightmare seen plummeting at some 30,000 feet, and it sounds like everyone on board is in full-on panic mode. Note, this isn't the original audio, so ignore the seeming reaction to whatever the mysterious object outside is. Instead, let's laser focus in on that question. What is it? Many in the comments think it's a Dementor. Even worse, it could be Lord Voldemort himself. For those who are somehow unaware of the Harry Potter universe, a Dementor is a dark, terrifying creature depicted as a spectral, wraith-like entity that glides through the air, shrouded in a tattered black cloak. Their presence brings an overwhelming sense of cold and dread, draining hope from their surroundings. Dementors feed on human happiness, leaving their victims with only their worst memories. But the most terrifying aspect of a Dementor is its kiss. By lowering their hood and placing their mouth against a victim's, they can suck out the person's soul, leaving them an empty shell. It certainly looks like a Dementor. But if it's not, what is it? TikToker user 15236134445507 suggests it's just another plane with its trail appearing like dark smoke due to the angle of sunlight. Could this be the case? Either way, it would probably be best to master Expecto Patronum. Number 14. Creature in the woods. An unexplained sighting in the woods is leaving this family terrorized. TikToker WV Paranormal shares this video of the unknown creature. A little girl spots it first.
Over where? Hey! What are you doing over there?
And it gets creepier. Take a closer look. It looks like a figure without a head. Some in the comments think it's a demon, others a skinwalker, and still others believe it's a rake. Apparently, this was captured in Appalachia, so it could be anything. The man gives chase, but he doesn't find it. Of all the guesses, a rake seems to be the best bet. A rake is a paranormal entity made popular through creepypasta stories. Described as a monstrous and malevolent figure, the rake is typically depicted as a humanoid creature with unsettling features that evoke a deep sense of dread. Its body is emaciated, almost skeletal, covered in pale, grayish skin that clings tightly to its bones. It moves on all fours, with long, sharp claws that give it its name. These claws are capable of inflicting severe harm, making the rake not only terrifying in appearance, but also dangerous. This creature does look like it has long, sharp claws. Rakes are also known for their eerie silence, moving without making any sound, which adds to their terrifying mystique. They are often reported to watch their victims from a distance before attacking. Could this be the rake? That's a popular opinion with this one, and you can see why. It's definitely giving rake energy. Number 13. Pillar of Light. A strange shadow pillar appeared in the sky over Hanoi, leading many to fear an extraterrestrial invasion. Shared by Facebook user NCHMF, the ominous pillar is illuminated by light on both sides. It is drawn up into the clouds, as though leading into the unknown. And this last pic reveals just how vast it is. The OP also shares this video of the pillar to heaven. Some in the comments think Superman has arrived, while others think extraterrestrials are beaming us up. Still others claim this is the stairway to heaven, or the halo ring, but a few are saying this is the bank light phenomenon. What is the bank light phenomenon? After further research, a comment credited to climate change expert Dr. Ngoc Hoi Nguyen seems to offer an explanation. Nguyen said this pillar of light is caused by the Citibank's lighting system. The lights beam into the night sky, and the layered clouds cause this interesting effect. While that seems logical enough, this may also be the beginnings of the rapture. Either way, it's definitely something that would keep you up at night when seen firsthand. Number 12. The Howl. This type of howl is not of this world. Instagrammer OHV02 shares footage of a worker in the middle of a forest. They're preparing their chainsaw when they hear this. Some in the comments think that's the sound of a werewolf. Others think it's Siren Head. Still others are more concerned that the worker didn't shut the tractor door. Instagrammer I'm Awesome RJ suggests it's not a werewolf, but rather a timber wolf. Known for its iconic howl, the timber wolf is native to North America, Europe, and Asia. The beast is a top predator with a thick fur coat that lives everywhere from dense forests and tundras to grasslands and deserts. Historically, timberwolves have been both revered and feared by human cultures. Indigenous peoples of North America have long respected the wolf for its strength and resilience, featuring it in their folklore and traditions. It definitely sounds like a wolf's howl of some kind, but it's hard to tell if it's a werewolf, a timber wolf, or just a regular old wolf. At least, brandishing a chainsaw, this worker can prepare for any eventuality. Number 11. In the haystack. This isn't like finding a needle in a haystack. This creature sticks out like a sore thumb. TikToker Zayn Balak Vlogger shares creepy footage of a mysterious creature moving against the hay.
आ रहा है यार, इस तरफ आ रहा है, मैं कहता हूँ ना, चलो।
It looks like an enormous snake with its body wrapped up around it. Some are saying it's a king cobra, which are native to Pakistan, where this video was shot. King cobras are known for their impressive size, potent venom, and distinctive hood. As the longest venomous snake in the world, adults typically reach lengths of 10 to 13 feet, though some can grow up to 18 feet. Its sleek, olive green, tan, or black body features faint, pale bands and a lighter underbelly. True to their scientific name, which means snake eater, king cobras primarily prey on other snakes, including rat snakes, small pythons, and even other venomous species. But that doesn't mean they can't kill humans. A single bite can deliver enough venom to kill an elephant or 20 humans. King cobras are unique among snakes because they build nests for their eggs. The female uses her body to gather leaves and other debris into a mound, where she lays 20 to 40 eggs. She fiercely guards the nest until the eggs hatch, which takes about 2 to 3 months. If this really is a king cobra, is that what it's doing? Guarding its eggs in its nest? When the camera zooms in on the creature, it's not any clearer what this is. But some are saying zooming in further does give you a glimpse behind the curtain. TikToker AS writes, if you zoom in on the clip, you will see a person who is not a snake. But zooming isn't confirming that this is fake. In fact, it looks no more like a person than it does a snake. And Sophie writes, everyone's saying king cobra. I'm here thinking it's a mummy. Clearly, this one's up in the air. Whatever this is, it's best to put some distance, because it does look dangerous. Number 10. Haunted Hospital. CDT Hospital in Sotero del Rio, Santiago, Chile, is a creepy place. And this footage has solidified its haunted reputation. TikToker Valerie Aim shares video evidence of a ghostly wheelchair activating on its own.
Estas son las cosas que pasan aquí en CDT con Chesum. Me cago.
The wheelchair continues to roll around without an occupant, or at least with none that we can see.
Ándate la mierda. ¿Pero qué es eso?
Hospitals are commonly believed to be haunted due to the nature of the pain, suffering, and death that occurs there, and also due to their often storied histories.
Estas son las cosas que pasan aquí en CDT con Chesum. Me cago. Ándate la mierda.
Many hospitals are decade or even century-old buildings, with periods where medical practices were less advanced, leading to more patient deaths. And in some cases, these practices were morally and ethically questionable. The architectural layout and acoustics of hospitals also plays into their scary factor. Echoing halls, long empty corridors, and dim lighting create a creepy environment conducive to paranoia of the paranormal. Medical equipment, ventilation systems, and emergency lights can also contribute to strange sounds and experiences, considering the often heightened emotions of grief, stress, and fear experienced by patients, visitors, and staff. This all combines to push the narrative of hospitals being epicenters of paranormal activity. Folklore and legends surrounding former patients or workers of these haunted spaces heightens this narrative. Are we just susceptible to these stories and effects? Maybe. But when you see it with your own eyes,
Cosas que pasan aquí en CDT. Conchesum. Me cago.
it's hard to dismiss. Number 9. Baby Bigfoot. We've all seen images of full-grown Bigfoots in the wild, but in the beginning, these monstrous creatures are babies just like the rest of us. TikToker Bigfoot Theory shares footage of what they believe is a baby Sasquatch hiding in a tree.
Whoa. You see what I'm seeing?
Many in the comments are stumped with this one, as they don't see anything but a tree. TikToker King Rat writes, "More proof that Bigfoot only exists in our imaginations." Others are seeing baby owls or 2 raccoons, but some are believers. Howe agrees it's a baby Sasquatch, writing, "He looks about 3 years old." If it really is a Sasquatch, the question is, are baby Sasquatches to be feared? Some cryptozoologists suggest no. Juvenile Sasquatches, as they term them, typically standing between 3 to 4 feet tall, and are described as having a more similarly proportionate body size to human children. Their hair is softer than their adult counterparts, and their facial features are generally described as more human-like, with wide-set eyes, a flat nose, and a less pronounced brow ridge. They are considered curious and playful, but are often not on their own. So, even though the babies needn't be feared, be wary that if you see a baby Sasquatch, an adult is likely lurking nearby. Baby Sasquatch sightings can therefore serve as a warning to watch your back. Number 8. Haunted Apartment. This apartment is haunted. Redditor What's a Username 4190 has video proof. A dark and dastardly whisper when no one's around. Listen closely. Some in the comments say it's strange for a camera to be placed here in the first place, but the OP says they set it up to keep an eye on their things while they were out. Others think the sound could be coming from the TV. Though the OP doesn't respond to that suggestion, many others suggest it sounds more like a voice in the room. and what the voice is saying is debatable. Redditor WiseAd253 thinks it says, "Go to Costco. Go, go." Bug Calm hears, "An albino." Blotcha Baby suggests, "You're a good boy." While Accomplished P590 is hearing, "Dragon Boy." That last one seems to be the most popular. Then again, it may simply be audio pareidolia. Pareidolia is not limited to visual experiences. It can also occur with sounds. People might hear hidden messages in music played backward, or interpret random noise as a coherent voice. Our brains are wired to seek and recognize familiar sounds, even when they aren't really there. But are we just hearing things all at once? Something is there. The real question is whether it's a ghost, a living person, or the television. Number 7. Flying creature. Security cameras can capture some odd anomalies. This certainly seems to be one of them. TikToker Angel the Great Pyrenees shares footage of a creature in flight captured on camera at 4 a.m. The OP asks TikTok for some ideas as to what this is. And of course, TikTokers don't disappoint. Suggestions range from the Magic School Bus to Santa, and from Tinkerbell to Aladdin on his magic carpet. TikToker Nana56 says they've had similar illuminated flying objects show up on their cameras. They write, "I see lights like that in my backyard at night too. I replay my Ring security camera and I don't know what they are, but I've been seeing them for a few years now." Some think it's a bat, a drone, or a sugar glider. But TikToker TB03830's theory is probably the most logical. They write simply, "Bug on IR, low shutter speed." Still, a closer look at the thing does make one lean toward sugar glider. Sugar gliders are small nocturnal marsupials native to Australia, New Guinea, and the surrounding islands. Known for their remarkable gliding abilities, sugar gliders have also become popular exotic pets in many parts of the world. They typically measure about 9 to 12 inches from nose to tail, and have soft, gray fur with a distinctive black stripe running down their backs. One of their coolest features is a stretchy membrane that extends from their wrists to their ankles, allowing them to glide to escape predators and find food. Launching themselves from high points, they can glide for distances of up to 150 feet. They use their tails for balance and steering, allowing for impressive control in the air. And they are most active at night. It's unclear where the OP is located, but judging by their hashtag and username, the Great Pyrenees would be a good guess. The Pyrenees are located between Spain and France, which might make this sugar glider theory less likely. However, Seeing as many now keep these marsupials as pets, it's not out of the question. Is this a sugar glider? Your guess is as good as mine. Number 6. The Watcher. TikToker Gordon Gears Motor is wondering, what is this in my yard? The more they zoom in, the creepier the thing looks. Is it an animal mounted at the top of a palm tree? The face looks human, and it's jeering. Some in the comments say it's just the broken part of the palm tree, and the lighting makes it appear this way. But others are saying it's a penampakin or sigbin. A penampakin is a term derived from the Indonesian and Malay word for apparition or sighting, and refers to ghostly manifestations that are deeply rooted in Southeast Asian folklore. These apparitions are often described as spectral figures that appear suddenly, inducing fear and curiosity among witnesses. Penampakin are typically characterized by their creepy, often human-like forms that materialize in unexpected places. They are commonly reported in abandoned buildings, cemeteries, and dense forests. There are different types of penampakin, including the genderuwo, which are described as large, hairy, humanoid spirits that inhabit trees and abandoned places. They are often seen as malevolent entities that can shapeshift and cause harm to humans. Could this be a genderuwo? The other suggestion by TikTokers, a sigbin, is a Filipino spirit. The sigbin is often described as a sinister, nocturnal entity, emerging at night to hunt for its prey and instilling fear in those who encounter it. Depicted as a goat-like beast, the sigbin has several unsettling features. It is said to walk backward with its head lowered between its hind legs. It also has large ears, which it can clap together to create a loud, echoing sound, and a long, flexible tail that it uses like a whip. Some accounts describe it as having the ability to become invisible to humans, or as emitting a foul odor that can incapacitate its victims. The sigbin's primary prey is children. It's believed to suck their blood or extract their shadows, causing illness or death. So, is this either one of these mythological creatures? Or is it just good old pareidolia? Get a bit closer and find out for yourself. Number 5. Photobomb Phantom. If you want a solo pic, beware of phantom photobombers hanging over your shoulder. Redditor CN Badger says that this photo was taken in the mid-2000s on film. They write, "We were only teens when this was taken at my mate's house one evening. He was playing dress-up in his dad's old army clothes. They had no statues or garden ornaments. So, what is this?" You can see a ghostly figure in the background. To most, it looks like either a pregnant woman or a woman carrying a baby. Redditor Moo58 writes, "It's a ghost mother carrying her ghost baby far, far away from that crazy teen boy. The figure is pearly white, and her bottom half seems to taper into transparency. Maybe this is a Rorschach test, because others are seeing something totally different. Some Redditors are seeing a fairy, while others are seeing an old hag, looking left with a big nose and chin. That perspective is more visible in this contrasted photo. And this last photo was taken moments before the first one, according to the OP. In it, no figure appears. Many in the comments think the figure is nothing but a garden statue, and the last photo is simply taken at a different angle than the first. Redditor D. Alec believes the figure is a statue, and also suggests that the image has been digitally altered. The OP insists that his friend had no statues or garden ornaments in their yard, but others continue to debunk this statement. They say that the software they used detected different edges at the shadow, and that the pixels appear varied on edge detection in the shadowed area of images. What do you think's going on here? Do you feel this image has been altered? Do you think this is nothing but a statue looming in the darkness? It's hard to tell, but Redditor I Am Jack Sanger said it best, writing, "I don't even care about the ghost debate. I just think this is a great childhood moment to have immortalized in a picture." Number 4. Demon at Work. What happens in this video has prompted these homeowners to move. TikToker Nikki Viana shares security footage inside their kitchen and living room area, and it is chilling. At first, it looks like the baby's movements might be jostling the playpen, but after a while, it's clear that there's something much more sinister going on here. Many in the comments think it's crazy that the mother didn't notice for so long. The mother does appear to look directly at the playpen several times in the beginning, somehow without observing that it's being violently jerked around. Others think someone is outside the back door, pulling some fishing line. They claim if you zoom in, you can see someone on the right. That isn't too clear to me, but this one still seems staged. There's too much action going on for the mother not to have noticed what was happening 10 feet away. But what's most interesting is that even the TV's animated characters seem to be in on it. Number 3. Living thylacine. Is this a creature long believed to be extinct? Redditor Truth is Fiction YT thinks it may be, and they're sharing photos posted by one Forrest Gallant to ask Reddit its thoughts on whether or not this is a thylacine. The thylacine is also known as the Tasmanian tiger or Tasmanian wolf. Once native to Tasmania, Australia, and New Guinea, its scientific name translates to dog-headed pouched one, which highlights its distinctive appearance. The thylacine resembled a large dog with some unique features. It had a stiff, kangaroo-like tail, and also like kangaroos, it had abdominal pouches in both sexes. The creature's fur was sandy or yellow-brown, and it had dark stripes running across its lower back and tail, giving it the tiger moniker. Adult thylacines could reach up to 71 inches in length, including the tail, and weigh around 66 pounds. And as a carnivorous predator, it had a powerful jaw and sharp teeth. It's believed to have gone extinct in the 20th century after disease, habitat destruction, and intense hunting by European settlers who blamed it for livestock losses. The last known wild thylacine was killed in 1930, and the last captive thylacine died in Hobart Zoo in 1936. Despite being declared extinct, the thylacine remains a subject of fascination and numerous unconfirmed sightings, fueling ongoing debates about its possible survival. Is this proof that the species has survived against all odds? Some in the comments say the source of the photos was sketchy and questionable during the interview by Forrest Gallant. There were apparently a lot of red flags. Furthermore, the image may be based on an artist's model. Redditor Damon Blackfire21 shares a link to this artist's posable doll. They believe someone edited photos of the artist's model to fabricate these images. That's looking more and more likely. But while this may be a hoax, that doesn't mean there isn't a surviving population of thylacine. And that thought is intriguing. Number 2. Kitchen ghost. This ghost is just chillin'. The OP says her husband just sent her this photo captured by a friend. According to the friend, he saw a ghost walking down the hallway of his home, but couldn't see the phantom's face. What's more is his wife also saw it. Then, months later, he took some photos of their son outside their home, and while browsing them later, noticed this. There is clearly a figure standing in the corner of the kitchen, and the figure has no face. Most in the comments are getting the heebie-jeebies. Some are saying the nondescript face is the creepiest part. It looks like a void. Others are saying the unsettling photo has been doctored, but who wants to believe that? Could it be just an obscured reflection of someone standing outside? Maybe. But whatever it is, there's no going back in that house. Number 1. Hospital ghost. As mentioned before, hospitals are notoriously haunted, and this series of videos offers even more proof. TikToker Pink86 shares this footage of a friendly hospital ghost and its antics at Phoenix Children's Hospital.
Okay, go. Who is it?
It's so weird. Do it one more time, please.
as the ghost turns the water on and off on command. It sure seems like it's doing so to entertain them.
Wait, so are we friends now? Are you Wait, so do it again if you're not.
Then, it becomes unclear whether the spirit is really a doctor after all.
Are you just messing with us? Okay.
In a second video, they keep inquiring about the spirit's identity and characteristics. It appears to respond intelligently to their queries.
No.
So, you're a girl? You're a girl! Are you So, she's a girl?
After a nurse interrupts the interview, the spirit seems timid.
So, double checking, you're a girl. Yes,
Oh. She got scared of the nurses.
It's okay, the nurses are gone. I promise.
They show viewers that nothing appears to be triggering the faucet.
So, she's a girl?
And just for show, let's see if it comes on right here. I'm right here.
Okay.
Nothing.
They then discover the spirit's identifying features, her eye color.
Oh.
Wait, so your eyes are green?
And her hair color.
Hair color time.
Peeps, are you seeing this?
Are you blonde?
Yeah. I think it's red hair.
You have red hair? Like my friend? You have red hair?
For some reason, the spirit is very scared of the hospital's nurses.
Are you scared of the nurses?
You don't like the nurses? I'm sorry.
It's not clear why. Maybe she was a patient here and didn't have a good experience. The patient asks if the spirit will accompany her for her tests.
You're gonna be with me? I'm so happy.
In a third video, after questioning again if the spirit is a doctor, they ask this.
I don't know. Are you a child? Yeah.
Wait. Okay, are you a child? I'm sorry. I'm confused. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying you're a doctor.
They discover the child's age.
7,
8.
9. You're 9? You're 9 years old?
Though the spirit isn't scared of needles, it is scared of something else.
Are you scared of other people?
What is that?
What is?
They discover the young girl had dreams as well.
No. Do you want to be a teacher?
Well, did you want to be? Did you want... You wanted to be a teacher?
In a fourth clip, they find out even more about her identity.
Does your name start with a A? Does your name start with a B?
I want to do the question ask.
Okay. No.
Your name starts with a B?
After guessing the first letter, they guess the name too.
Is your name Brittany?
Is it Bianca?
That's a weird name.
I don't know. It's what
Came to mind?
Yeah.
Bianca?
Some in the comments believe this is just a faulty sensor. They say the water is going off every 5 and 15 seconds. Others believe the patient may be an empath and have the ability to communicate with spirits. As the questions continue, the woman's husband keeps hearing static on his end of the line. The room suddenly grows cold, and the spirit stops responding.
No, there's nothing. It's just a little chilly in here. My nose is freezing, look.
Was Bianca really there after all? What happened to her? Probably something you weren't prepared for.